welcome back. Thanks so much for being here. We have with us Trudy McManus and Carolyn Klein.
Hi.
Strong men and women.
Yes.
Are you a strong person?
Well, I'm about 2 years into being one right now.
Oh, good. So you've been doing this program for 2 years.
Yes, I have.
Cool.
Good for you.
Now, what can you tell the difference in before and now?
Strength.
Uh-huh.
Better balance.
Balance, yeah.
Okay.
One of the things that happens as you get older is your muscle withers away, diminishes.
Uh-huh.
And you end up not being as well balanced and not being as strong in the sorts of things that you want to do, whether it's walking or climbing ladders or lifting heavy things. And this series that we do with weights in the Strong Women and Men program reverses that, begins the reversal process within 90 days.
And it doesn't matter
Awesome.
how old you are, does it, Trudy?
Well, it doesn't. It is designed for people who are middle-aged and older, but anybody can come and attend. I have a good time, and I think we all do, and we all build muscle, so it works for anybody.
Well, you're not middle-aged, but you're teaching it.
Exactly.
I mean, you would not be what I consider middle-aged.
Well, no, I'm not.
Okay.
I started out teaching it, and then we
Can you
trained
tell the
volunteers. Yeah, I can. I can tell a big difference between because Carolyn's been doing it for a few months now, and I haven't been. And I can. When I brought my weights in, I was like, "Oh boy, I got to start again. I need to do some exercising." Yeah.
So when I had a trainer last year, I went for one solid year with a trainer, and when you said balance, that was what I could tell most of all, that I didn't get off balance as much when I lifted something or turned a certain way. Everything was strong. Everything was stable.
Yes.
Maybe stable is a better word for that.
Well, the more muscle that you build, the more that you restore yourself to the sort of muscle that you had when you were 20 or 25, the easier it is to catch yourself from slight overbalancing. So this ends up being a program that is especially valuable for anybody who is 40 or over.
Yeah.
One of the things that they've established that this program does is that within 90 days of starting, it will begin to rebuild bone that has been lost by osteoporosis, which is something that all women have to be concerned about after menopause, and especially if they become less active.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you say 90 days, that's the hardest part of the exercise or getting started, is the going from inactivity to activity.
And people start slowly.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, people start the program often not even using weights, but simply going through the movements that are involved. And once the movements are learned, then a lightweight is used, and then gradually you work up.
Well, people at home, they say, I don't want to get into an exercise program because I either did that before, or I hear that people have to go through, pain. No pain, no gain. Explain the difference when you're talking about doing this kind of exercise for people over 40.
I think probably one of my favorite parts about this program is that I never break a sweat. I love that. And at the same time, it is building muscle, and not to say that it's completely easy, because it's not, but we do start slowly, and we make it fun because we rest in between repetitions and talk, and I think that's probably the best part about it. Most people say one of their favorite parts of the class is that, they do feel like they're building muscle, but at the same time they're making friends and having a good time.
So it's a social thing, too.
You
Build
end
your
up with
social muscles.
a sense of community with the people.
Okay.
We had a session this morning at 8:30, and everyone was interested in hearing the results of one of the people in the class who had taken her granddaughter down to Russellville to start college. So you get to know the lives of the people that you're involved with, and it becomes a way of keeping track.
And it becomes a way to get excited about the day that you do your meetings and your exercise.
And speaking of that, how do the classes work? What days are they? And Give us some
That's
information about
a good
that.
question. Actually, just so you can find out a little bit more about the class and some of those motivators like the loss of muscle mass and things like that, we're having an orientation on September 10th beginning at 8:30, and that's going to be at St. John's Episcopal Church there in Parish Hall. So, you know, even if you're not sure, that would be the perfect thing to come to. So come to that and check it out. And then the regular exercise sessions actually start September 27th, which is a Monday. So it would be Monday and Wednesday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. And it'll be a total of 12 weeks, and also at St. John's Episcopal Church there in Parish Hall. So one of my favorite things about this program is that while there is a little bit of a cost, it is $12. What we do is we actually train volunteers, and Carolyn is one of our trained volunteers through the U of A Extension Service. So the neat thing is that since she has volunteered to do it, she's going to continue to do these classes. So after the 12 weeks, then we'll start over for the new year. It'll be another $12 for a year if you continue with the same class. So $12 a year.
That's just dirt cheap.
It's like $1 a month. That's a pretty good deal.
And you do it twice a week.
Yes, Mondays and Wednesdays.
So yeah, that's
Well, you're getting a huge benefit out of that.
no doubt.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't exercise if I were by myself.
Well, it's the same way with my wife and I. She loves to walk, and I probably wouldn't walk as much as she does unless she walks. So it makes it that much more better to be there. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to move over to the other side of the studio, and we've got a couple
You're going to
chairs.
show us some stuff, aren't you?
I see
glad
some weights
to.
over there and towels and all kinds of different things.
Okay.
You're going to go through some of the demonstrations of what kind of exercise you actually do.
I'm curious what that towel's for, Trudy, since you don't break a sweat.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Be like,